Got it.
Hi everybody, welcome. I am Connor. I use he, him pronouns, and I am currently board chair. And I would like to welcome everybody to today's virtual lunch. While we, like so many other people out in the world, would like to be having folks come into the center and doing this in person, we're glad you're taking the time and effort to still be here, even though we can't do that. We're happy and excited for folks to meet new and old staff members, that so familiar faces and new faces on here, and interns. We're wishing and hoping that so Stonewall fulfills all of the needs that you have, and that you feel like you can be your authentic self, and you utilize this space to be able to fulfill that. And look forward to any questions or comments after we go through this little conversation. So thanks again for being here.
Okay. Hi, my name is Alyssa. I use she, her pronouns. I'm one of our staff members. I think what we're going to do is kind of, each of us are going to go around. We're going to talk a little bit about ourselves and what we do and what we're excited to share. I'm spotlit. Cool. As I said, my name is Alyssa. Actually, before I do that, I was going to talk very briefly about what Stonewall does and is, just in case you're not familiar with us. So we are a nonprofit LGBTQ community center. We offer a variety of programs that are free and low cost to the community. We also offer education and a number of other programs to allies of the community. We offer some events. We kind of try to be a community hub and offer resources and things that folks can use. So we're going to go through kind of what the programs are that we offer, what some of the events are that we're working on. I will start by saying, oh, I'm sorry. I was also going to say our mission, and I apologize. I forgot to do that. Okay, so our mission, which we actually just worked on this past year and updated, and I think it's more succinct and really fits what we do now. Our mission is that we are committed to supporting and celebrating the health, empowerment, and joy of the North State LGBTQ+ community at every intersection of their identities. My name is Alyssa. I use she, her pronouns. I am currently the social media communications coordinator for Stonewall. I've had a number of different hats throughout my time at Stonewall. So right now I am very fortunate to be working remotely. I'm in New Orleans right now, but I am a Chicoan of about 10 years. It's my hometown. I've been with Stonewall for about 6 years. And in this particular role, I am fortunate to be able to work part-time. So I also do event planning on the side, or as my main job. Yeah, I love being able to do the social media for Stonewall. It has been for a long time one of my favorite little parts of my work at Stonewall, and now to be able to just focus on it is really fun. I really love getting to spend time designing stuff and getting excited and putting stuff together about all the little stuff we do. So if you have something going on that's relevant for the community that you would like to see Stonewall share, we do boost posts from community partners and nonprofits and stuff like that on our stories. You can send it to Stonewall Chico at Stonewall Chico. I will take a look at it, or one of us will take a look at it. We'll put it up on our story if it fits our guidelines. And yeah, if you've got questions or you see something or you're not seeing something, or there's something you want to see more of on our social media, you can always email me, alyssa@stonewallchico.org, or you can write directly to our social media page and I will see it. I will talk to you because we definitely want to be as interactive as possible with the community. So that's me. Many of you have known me in recent years as the events coordinator, which also was a job that I absolutely loved and sent me off on my new path of being an event coordinator all over the place. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I have stepped back from that and am now have handed that off to our incredible new employee, Justina, who I believe is here to introduce themselves next.
We're actually going to transition over to Charlie next.
My bad. Oh, Charlie is muted.
There we go. Unmute myself. Now, how about now? Yay, okay. Hi, my name is Charlie Rose and I use she, her pronouns, and I oversee the counseling department with Stonewall here. And I've been with Stonewall 2.5 years now. And I am a member of the Mechoota Indian tribe, also here in town, and I sit on some boards with them. So you might see me out in the community in a number of ways. And I also have a private practice. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So my time with Stonewall is I'm a part-time employee to oversee the counseling department that offers low cost, free to low cost counseling to community members, and it is open to anyone. Right now, we don't have a wait list. These are right now pre-licensed, or actually, excuse me, they are grad students. So we have 5 MFT, marriage and family therapist trainees with us right now, but sometimes we do have licensed and pre-licensed counselors who work under me and are using this time to gain experience towards their own licensure. So right now we have 5 grad students and at a different, from different organizations and schools here. And we have counselors who are welcoming, affirming, community members and or allies. We offer family sessions, individual sessions, couple sessions. We generally see clients who are above the age of 13. Below that would be child therapy. And that is not something that most of our trainees or volunteers are trained in. So we do try to make sure that we're providing competent counseling to our consumers and in a safe, confidential environment. So our counselors go through a Stonewall training that is agency-wide. They participate in trainings through myself, and then they also continue to go through trainings through their school and or other trainings that Stonewall puts on, like Trans Week, things of that nature. So our therapists are either considered culturally competent, or they by their trainings that we've done, or they have come in with their own, but they definitely do have to receive training in order to provide services to our community members. I love our counseling program because it is open to anyone and everyone. We don't have a wait list right now. And if there were to be a wait list, we do prioritize, but currently right now that doesn't impact us. Currently, our counselors they would tell you that they are semi-fluent in perhaps Hebrew, Spanish, and ASL. I'm not sure, I think they were underselling themselves, but I will use their language. They are happy to provide they are happy to be part of this program. They have actively sought out Stonewall. All of my trainees right now have came on to us, but we were their first choice. They want to be active in this community because they are also queer identified and or allies. They are a lovely group of people, and we continue to hopefully provide competent service in this area. We do both in-person and telemedicine, and we do appointments that are also evenings and on weekends even. So we have a therapist who works on Saturdays, which is great. So lots of stuff, and I'm hoping that anyone that's listening would be able to reach out to us via the website, the counseling at Stonewall, and or this phone number. We are all part-time, so please just give us a few days to respond. Your messages are considered confidential, and our Gmail account is HIPAA compliant. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and someone should get back to you within a few business days. Did I miss anything? No, great, okay.
I had to find the unmute button, I'm sorry. Hi, everyone. As shared earlier, my name is Justina. I use she, they pronouns, and I am the events coordinator here at Stonewall, the new one. A little background on me. I recently moved to the Chico area after spending some time on the East Coast. However, I was born and raised in California. I attended college in state, and I'm excited to jump into this role as well as get acclimated and comfortable with the Chico community. Here at Stonewall, we offer a variety of events, and luckily by taking the right COVID-19 precautions, we have been able to continue a lot of these events throughout the pandemic. Past of our large-scale events include Trans Day of Remembrance, our Altar and Vigil, Land Back Day, Trans Month, and probably an event you are all most familiar with, Pride. Stonewall is also committed to working in partnership with other organizations, as Alyssa shared earlier, in order to best serve the intersectionality needs of the LGBTQIA+ community. Our next event on February 5th highlights this, as we are in partnership with the African American Cultural Center here in Orville. We're going to host a Black History Month parking lot pop-up. This will be an outdoor event where we'll be featuring local Black vendors and creators while also funding for our QT POC Direct Aid Fund. For more information and to stay updated on all our events, look to our great social media accounts. They are probably the easiest way to communicate directly with us and also for us to get information out to you. Going forward, that is where our information is posted. There is also a Facebook page where you can find these events if that is more your niche.
Hi, everybody. My name is Andrea Mox. I am not Marissa. Marissa had a family emergency to tend to today, but I wanted to at least match a name with the face. Marissa is our brand new center coordinator. So she is going to be the person who kind of is going to be the glue for our center to hold us together and to keep us organized and keep things moving. So we're all really excited to have her on board. She's been here for all of 3 weeks and has already jumped in and is doing great things. So everybody have a chance. Welcome, Marissa.
Sweet. Hi everyone, my name is Marin. I use they, them pronouns. I'm our advocacy and education coordinator. So I get to do a lot of direct service stuff. If you're calling into the center to ask about gender affirming care, resources, getting help with legal name and gender marker change, HIV and Hep C testing, or any kind of larger life questions, you'll likely be forwarded in talking to me. A little bit more of what I do. I do all of our kind of like cultural competency trainings, working with medical providers, schools, school administrators, community organizations, groups, county agencies, anyone who will likely be working with LGBTQ folks, which is everyone. As we know, LGBTQ folks are everywhere. And so I've had a lot of fun kind of expanding our training program. I've done trainings for youth themselves on their rights, on mental health. I also do trainings with providers. I can do, bottom right pictures, an activity we used to do in our in-person trainings. I also offer trainings on Zoom. It can be a single session or a whole series. I can come to Chico State classes or high school classes or be college class. And so if there's any group of folks interested in kind of learning more about how to create more gender affirming spaces, gender inclusive spaces, and services that serve LGBTQ folks well. That's kind of our training program, and you can reach out to me or the General Center at email. In terms of gender affirming care, we have free chest binders in the office. That's through a great partnership with GC2B, which we're really, really grateful. We're getting a new shipment in this week. And so anyone who's interested in chest binding, we can connect you with the right size for you. I also help connect folks to medical providers, doctors, counselors, sometimes to our own counseling program to seek the care they need. For legal name and gender marker changes, that's one of my favorite parts of my job. It's very fun to have found this really complicated, overwhelming thing that I've happened to do enough of them that I'm very good at it. And legal name changes are a lot easier now than they used to be. If you get Medi-Cal or food stamps or make under a certain amount of money, they're free. And I have a pretty good cheat sheet for how to fill out all that paperwork pretty quickly and can walk you through that whole process. You can always make an appointment with me for that. And I'm also our HIV and Hep C tester right now. Those services are free, confidential. I also speak Spanish and provide that testing in Spanish. And yeah, you just have to make an appointment right now because of our COVID protocol, but that service is definitely still available. And I think I said this, but you don't need insurance or an ID. You can even lie about your name if you need to. School and counselor support. In my role, I've kind of expanded some of the on-site services. So I've ended up working with a lot of school counselors and families to make visits directly and kind of navigate on that school campus what kind of additional supports could be needed both there and at home. And then larger consultations and questions. We've begun creating contracts with different agencies for Stonewall to review policies, be on call for questions that come up, and it's absolutely a service we offer. So that's a little bit about me.
All righty. Hi there. My name's Asher. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm the health education intern with Stonewall. So a little bit about me. I'm a third-year student at Sonoma State. I'm getting my degree in human development. And like I said, I'm Stonewall's year-long health education intern. I kind of do a good amount of stuff with Stonewall. I help host groups. I help with like event planning, social media, so on and so forth. If you are interested in applying for an internship, all of our open intern positions are available on our website under the Get Involved tab. Our application process is just submitting a resume, cover letter, and then 2 pieces of graphic design for certain positions. And then you'll be contacted for an interview via Zoom. And then on my next slide here, if you want to kind of connect with Stonewall, connect with your community in the Chico area, we host a variety of groups. Some of them are a weekly basis. Some of them are bi-weekly or bi-monthly. Yeah, but some are online, some are in person, and some are a combination of the two. Right here is kind of all of the lists, like the entire list of all the groups we're hosting right now. This whole list is available on our website. But we have Daring Dinos for LGBTQ kids, so that's kids under 12. We have our QT-POC group, which is all ages. We have LGBTQ teens. We also have trans teens. That's 13 to 18. We have LGBTQ young adults, ages 18 to 35. Trans adults, just over 18. We have parents of LGBTQ people. We have sassy seniors. So we definitely kind of have a group for any age range that you're looking for. We cover a good amount of the bases of kind of different sections of the community that you might want to meet with. Like I said, some of these are hybrid, some of these are in person, but we do require, if you are coming to our in-person groups, obviously we require masks. For some groups, we do require full vaccination and a booster. And I believe we're going to do, for in-person groups, we're about to begin doing in-person rapid testing prior to attending groups. But yeah, like I said, this is all available on our website if you want to read further into what times, where they'll be hosted, and yeah.
I've had lots in my plate. I've been learning to be a fundraiser, a bookkeeper, all while doing it through a pandemic. One of my favorite roles is outreacher and canopy hauler. So yeah, it's been a great first 10 months for me, and it has been, again, a fantastic learning curve. And I've been surrounded by fabulous staff to help out, as you've seen and heard all the great work that has been done. So we got lots of stuff coming in 2022. We're in the process of developing a fundraising team, which will provide us some ongoing funds, and looking to do some bigger funds to be more sustainable as a center. And then we're also implementing our technology grant projects. We got a large technology grant, and so we're going to be working on refreshing our center technologies. We're going to implement some new systems for accounting, customer relations, and grant tracking. The counseling group, our plan is to put in a new client portal and record systems, make it a lot easier for folks to track their information and have access to that. We're going to be also installing a new computer lab for all of our clients when we can actually have people in center. Of course, we're going to do some more community outreach. That's been one of the most rewarding aspects of my move to Stonewall. And then with that additional fundraising and that sustained funding, we hope to expand our programs more to the rural areas. So we're looking at how we're going to be able to do that. And of course, I've got a lot more learning to do. I am new to the nonprofit world, not new to being gay. So that part comes pretty naturally, but still have a lot of great things to do and to learn. So super excited for the year to come. All right, does anybody have any questions? Justina, maybe we can unmute folks.
Yeah, you are free to unmute yourselves now. If you're more comfortable with using the chat is also live for any questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Everyone from Stonewall, I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. My name is Sienna. My pronouns are she, they. I have a question about like, how best do you think we can, like as a community member and a person that loves Stonewall dearly, how best can we support this year? Is it fundraising? Is it getting on committees? Is it coming in and taking out the trash? Like, what is the best thing that I can do and people that are in my situation can do to help you all do this important work?
I'd say yes to all of that. You know, I think it really depends on, you know, what your bandwidth is. We can use all manner of assistance. Of course, money is always great, but that's not everything, right? Volunteering for events as they're starting to come up would be fabulous. Yeah, coming into center when we're able to really do that safely, there are definitely going to be some center activities that we'll be able to leverage volunteers for. So I would say probably watch our social media, because as we start to navigate, hopefully, the end of the pandemic, you can watch for opportunities, I think, that will come forward. And then I think helping us spread the word would be really great.
Okay, thank you.
I think I'd add in there too, and I know you, Sienna, played this role a little bit, but I think that committee idea is really, really great. We're constantly looking for ways to get genuine input and help, like with that kind of creative visioning for our center. We've always tried to design our programs based on community need, and the more direct connections we have with that, and I think committee work would be really, at least for my job, and I think for events and a lot of our services would be absolutely huge.
Yeah, I wanna second that. Yeah, I feel like getting more voices and getting more community members' involvement in decision-making processes, and then in things like, you know, reaching out to find like who our performers are going to be for events. As Justina steps into this role, and Justina is new to the community especially, and just always we're looking for new people. I feel like that's really valuable. And yeah, absolutely, for programs to get community members in to those kind of bigger roles is always something we're pushing for and looking for historically. And then, yeah, resharing our stuff on social media, helping to get the word out is massive help.
Other questions?
Yeah. What do y'all want to know? You can just talk.
Be an AMA, ask us anything within reason.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, was someone going to talk?
I wanted to throw out there questions for us, but what can we be doing to, you know, if you have something off the top of your head, what can we be doing to better serve you? What do you feel like, since we have an audience right here and now? If somebody has something they want to suggest, I think it's a good time to put it out there.
Yeah, anybody have anything they want to see Stonewall do, or see Stonewall do more of or less of?
I could talk again. I have another question. Okay, so I have a weird one. Like, I know that you all do amazing trainings with like providers, especially like medical providers. And, you know, sometimes when I go into some of these places that I know have been trained by you all, there's still some missing things. And I don't want to be like a tattletale, but I also want to find a way, because I know they want to do better. You know, like whether it's like the forms when you go in and fill out stuff, to like, you know, specifically around like my son just had to get a hysterectomy at a place called, you know, a women's health clinic, and you know, and all the other crap that like every way they talked about body parts and stuff like that was super, super triggering. What's like the best way to like not tattletale, but like help make that better?
So at least up until now, I think I've kind of played that role a little bit, and like so much of my referrals, resources, and ability to support organizations is based on word of mouth. Like the list I keep of people who are safe for trans folks, safe for LGBTQ folks, is constantly changing based on that word of mouth, right? Like I'll refer to someone, and then, you know, if I hear from multiple community members like, hey, I just had a really awful experience with this provider, I'll warn people before they go there. Like, for example, sometimes there's only one. And so I might just include like, hey, I'm going to have to refer you here. I want you to know that they've used, you know, body shaming and are really bad at getting pronouns, so that you're prepared going into that. And then I also, because I do those trainings, I generally at least have a contact to a supervisor. And so what I've practiced doing, and with that place as well, is compiling lots of feedback and then sending it to the supervisor and saying, hey, you know, anonymously from the community, I'm hearing this. I'd love to support your team and get back in there and figure out how we can shift some of those experiences. And so I would love to know people's experiences, both positive and negative. Like if you found a therapist or a doctor that you were blown away by that was so affirming, please tell me so I can add it to our list. And then inversely, if you have a really bad experience, also helpful to know so I can help shift.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just little things that I feel like could be nudged
Oh yeah.
You know, that like, I'm not the person to do it in the room is like, you know, or maybe I am the person, but sometimes I'm not in the right mindset and I'm not talking to the right person in the office.
And it's a weird power dynamic to try and do it as someone receiving services. And so I think that's absolutely one of Stonewall's roles.
Okay, thank you.
Just for information, also is often if they have a website and you can submit comments after the fact, that's a great way to be an ally. And so you're kind of actually almost double hitting them. You contact us, phrase it one way, and then you can submit something, you know, on the website or anonymous in some way to them, and then they're actually getting 2 comments.
That's a great idea.
The same person. And sometimes doing it after the fact, it's much easier to be clear and concise about what you want to talk about instead of being in that emotional moment.
Yeah, totally. Gotcha. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah, I was going to say a similar thing, or ask Marin a little bit. I know that, you know, we as an organization can only be in spaces where we're invited. We don't have the ability to like barge into schools or doctor's offices or whatever and like tell them what we think unless they invite us. So you can speak to this a little bit, Marin, but I feel like getting feedback from community members, even if it's anonymous, even if it's online, even if it's whatever, probably helps us get into spaces and helps Marin be able to make those calls better. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I often say I kind of get trainings either through positive referral and negative referral. Someone's either proactively reaching out and saying like, hey, I would love for you to come, or someone's reaching out and saying, oh my God, something just went wrong, please come. And so both those happen pretty regularly. I want to open it up again for questions. I also just want to clarify in terms of accessing all of the services you heard from all of our staff today, we never require insurance. We never require ID. You're not required to be vaccinated or have proof of vaccination to access our resources. The only group that is a requirement for is the parents group right now, the in-person version. There's an online alternative for folks that can't do that. But all the appointments with me, all the trainings, all that, I just want everyone to know that there's no age limit, there's no insurance requirement, there's no ID requirement, and there's no vaccination requirement.
Hi. This is Lee with Rape Crisis Intervention, and my pronouns are he, him, and they, them. This isn't really much of a question. Mostly I just wanted to say hi because we're a partner agency, but we haven't really gotten to meet everybody. And I'm here with Araceli and Maricela today. Hey, y'all. So mostly just wanting to say hi. Great to put a face to all of you. Some of you have already met and worked with. Also, this might be a bigger conversation than like this platform, but we do trainings as well, and we do trainings in schools, and we've been working on a training that also incorporates gender. And there's been talk on our side at least about maybe collaborating on that at some point in the future, especially with you, Marin. But just throwing that out there for now. Mostly just wanted to say hey, and really glad to be here and learn more about the work that you all are doing today.
Thanks, Lee. It's good to see you.
Lee.
And the whole rape crisis team.
Hi, Maricela.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I've been hibernating. I'm just kidding. Hi, everyone. So for those who don't know, I'm Maricela. Like Lee mentioned, we're outreach counselors here for Rape Crisis. And one thing that, you know, I'm pretty familiar with the services y'all provide. One thing I do look forward to, like what I hear is about like Pride. That's something that I get really excited for. Y'all have a welcoming team, and I'm bilingual. So like, it's something that I'm learning too. So my pronouns are she and her. And I'm able to refer the clients that, you know, like to a lot of resources. So just having like that community connection and being part of Pride, and then in the past being part of the Pride committees has been something that I look forward to. So I'm hoping like for this year, fingers crossed, you know, that pandemic, you know, hurries away. So, you know, because I'm sick of being in my place, but, you know, being part of the committee, seeing how we can get involved, and possibly inviting y'all for an in-service soon. just for our staff so we can help create a more inclusive environment, for all our staff. I did have a question, might as well that I'm on. So, for coming and continuing into this year, how can we get involved with your committee? I know you have a new events coordinator. Who is the person I need to reach out to, just because working from home, my email has changed.
Yeah, Justina, I'll let you take that one.
A lot of the reach out so far has been done through social media. I'm going to be honest there. Okay. I tried emailing a few folks to just get acclimated and introduce myself. But then I started DMing people and I've gotten more responses, which I think just speaks on our social media age. But we are posting things on Instagram. We're asking for input. Our last one, we asked for Black vendors, if anyone knew any, to tag them. And so things like that, we are trying to reach out to community members. It feels almost natural to me because I am new to a lot of Chico. And so I do have a lot of questions and do ask folks for their input. So I'm going to say that my email is always open. It's justina@stonewallchico.org. And if you have an event that you want me to take a look at, if you want to schedule a call, Marin and I just had a call with Tiffany at the Orville Center, the African American Cultural Center, and talked about future collaborations, what we want to do to help support their event on the 26th, how they're going to help support in partnership in our event on the 5th. And so we are open to talking to folks, to jumping onto Zoom or on the phone if you're more comfortable with that. I know I am, and I'm seeing a lot of head nods, so I'm saying we as a collective now. And yeah, I mean, it is a little intimidating sometimes to DM or message an organization. You may not be sure who you're talking to, but hi, you are talking to us. We are the folks on the other side of the line, and excited to hear from you and wanting to hear from you too.
Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Something that our agency is actually moving towards forward is utilizing our social media as well. So thank you. Thank you. And I have your email written down so I know who I'll be connecting with. Thank you.
Of course.
And I just popped that in the chat too. So yeah, in response to Maricela's question, yeah, anyone wanting to be on a committee like the Pride Committee, yeah, Justina's the one. And that's their email in the chat.
Other questions, ideas, concerns? Thanks for hopping on. We've never done this before. We were talking about, how do we bring the community into our center? We get so many calls about like, what do y'all do? And who are you? So thanks for making this a success. It's fun to get to have people here and get to share a little bit. So thank you.
You can also just introduce yourselves if anybody wants to just make yourselves known to us. Welcome to.